So we're working on a 71 Ford Flairside pickup truck right now. As you can see, it's behind me. We've got the bed assembled, we've got the tailgate in place, and we're gonna do something a little cooler on this truck. Instead of having the typical chains and the hooks and that kind of thing to hold the tailgate up, we're gonna actually use a LMC Truck bolt-on tailgate latch kit. It uses these bear claw style latches to firmly hold the tailgate up, and it's a real slick alternative to the old-timey chains. I've got the tailgate kind of mocked up. We've got some templates to put on and a couple holes to drill, and we'll start bolting this kit in. So this template makes the installation of this kit pretty simple. This is the passenger side. We cut it in half, and then there's a fold on it. That fold is basically this, where the tailgate meets the bedside. You fold it in there, tape it in place. I went ahead and center punched the 4 holes that we need to drill. Because our bed is enclosed, I can't access the backside of these holes to put a standard nut or anything on the back of that. We're going to use these nut certs. These go in, it's a riv nut, and we're going to drop it in the hole. We're going to use a tool that's going to compress this backside and squish it against the sheet metal to hold it in place, and then we'll be able to fasten our bracket to that. They provided this nut plate. It's drilled and tapped on the backside, and all we got to do is just drop it in place, line it up with the holes we just drilled, and we can attach our brackets and our latch assembly. So I've got the latch housing just kind of bolted in place temporarily to the bedside, and I'm going to go ahead and attach the latch itself to the housing, and then we'll fasten everything down from there. So we're going to install our latch bolt to our latch bolt bracket, and then this is going to go on those riv nuts we've installed on the tailgate. So I'm just making sure that the latch engages without hitting anything. The head clears the latch itself, and I'm also just making sure it's not pulling the bedside in, because this bedside's still a little loose, so I can move it back and forth. That's on purpose. So while this is latching, I'm kind of watching the bedside gap, making sure it doesn't move, and it's latching freely. So I like that. I like the bed gap and everything. I'm going to go ahead and tighten down this hinge, as well as our bolt for our bedside that attaches the bedside to the cross sill. So now I'm installing the cable, and we're gonna set this. Right now I've got it mocked up. I've got something holding it up on that side to make it a little easier. But when it's all said and done, this is what's gonna hold our tailgate up at the height that we'd like it up at. So I'm just gonna snug that up right there, and the kit comes with this neat little assembly. I've got it mocked up in place, and I'm gonna pull our cable taut, and then I'm gonna mark the center of this 5/16 shoulder bolt right there. That's gonna give us a reference point. Then what we wanna do is we're gonna measure 2 3/8 back, and then we want 1 inch ahead, and that's our cut line. This stripping tool isn't sized for this particular cable, so I'm kinda having to strip it in sections. We got these 2 little 1/4 inch studs. They're going to go in there. We're going to wrap our cable around those 2 guys. We're going to push it in there. I'm keeping the end of my insulation on the wire even with the end of this clamp. I'm putting the star washer in over between the cable and this top piece. I'm centering it in that little cutout. Well, we've completed our tailgate latch install kit. You can see the tailgate latch is nice. It's nice and firm. It's easy to unhook as well. 2 little bear claw latches holds everything in place. For more tech tips like this, check out classictruckperformance.com. And to purchase a kit like this for your truck, check out lmctruck.com. Do you want me to sit on it and kick my feet like a little kid?